All right. Hello, everybody. I am live. Welcome. Good morning. I am an early morning person here at 9 a.m. on Saturday, February 20th, and do a little more play of the Lord of the Rings LCG. Lord of the Rings, the card game from Fantasy Flight Games. Came out in 2010. If you're looking for a how to play, I did one just the other day, and I went through kind of the first scenario and talked through how to play the game and all that kind of stuff. So I'm mostly just going to play here. I do have my handy dandy back of the rule book where they walk through the steps, so I may talk that through just for myself and for purposes, but I'm not going to do a full teach here. So I played that, and then I was like, I feel like playing another scenario, and I just kind of quick put together a dwarf deck. The first deck I played, I had built prior and was in my set, so I was like, oh, this must have been something I know what I'm doing. Boy, the dwarf deck I built was terrible, and the scenario I played was brutal. So I wanted a little second chance, so I picked out another scenario and I think at some point I'm going to do the Khazad-dûm scenario and play two-handed. So I'm going to build two decks for that and see how far I can get through because this has been pretty fun to play. And I think two-handed is really where I like this game. And I'll try to show off the ranged and the sentinel keywords so you can see how it would play if you were to play multiplayer. Um, I think Larry's not a big fan of this, and I don't think Kathy was a fan of this. So Brian and I were really the two big fans. I'll have to see. Maybe I can get him on the channel, but he had a baby, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. So I figure solo plays are where it's at right now. All right, so let's go down to the table, and you'll see I edited my dwarf deck a little bit. So I added in Gimli here. Gimli is a tactics hero, which is red, which is kind of focused on combat. Although this scenario is focused on exploration, so I may have made a mistake again, but that's okay. In terms of that, and I added some red cards in my deck because of that. So the scenario is the Hills of Emyn Muil. So it says the hunt for Gollum, which is the Shadows of Mirkwood, is this hunt for Gollum where you're trying to find Gollum and work through that. So that's what's happening here. So it says the hunt for Gollum has led you to the south, and you are now approaching Rhoros Falls and the nearby hills of Emyn Muil. So search for Emon Hen and Amon Hen and Amon Law. They're different names than Emyn. And add them to the staging area, then shuffle the encounter deck. So I've got this here. Flip this over. So I've got Emyn Law and Emyn Muil. They both are double threat, double shadow, then the number of players. So they'll each be a 2. And they have this little victory 5 down here, which is going to be important. So I figured I'd show that off. So the backside, I just need one to complete this quest, and there's only one. So really, it's not much questing in terms of that, but getting past these. You're certain that Gollum has fled into this area, and you must explore until you find the fresh trail. So forced, if there are no locations in the staging area, the first treachery card revealed gains Surge. So that's going to work just like. It's funny because this game came before Marvel Champions, but it works just like Marvel Champions where you draw another card. Players cannot defeat this stage unless there are no M and Mu locations in play and they have collected at least 20 victory points. So I need to collect these victory points in order to win, and I need to have nothing from M and Mule, which is the keyword down here. So this is Amon and this is Emyn, spelled differently in terms of that. All right, I still have Ori let me draw more cards and Bomber counting as two dwarves, so I'm going to need to get one more dwarf in play, and then I'm going to have to do a lot of exploring. So I drew my opening card, 6 hands here. And I've got this. This one will let me heal or draw cards. So got this one as well. That's going to take me a while because remember, you have to play from the same sphere. I don't know if I mentioned that in the teach video. So first thing I'm going to do is add 3 resources and draw another card. So this one lets me put things on locations. That's going to be high priority. Exhaust a dwarf to place 2 progress on the active location, 4 if it's underground or mountain. That one is not underground or mountain, so that will help as well. So getting those resources out there. Okay, so this one won't help me because that's a quest card. Healing, damage. All right, so I really need to focus on these 2 cards, even these 3. So I guess I'll get this one going shortly here. So I'm going to exhaust to commit to the quest for 4. There's 4 out here, so a little tricky. My first card is going to be 1 damage to each exhausted character. Not as big a deal here. And then I quest for 4, that's 4, so nothing gets added here. I don't really need to beat it because I only need 1 on this. I just need to equal it each turn. And then I can travel to one of these two. While this is active, I can't have attachments. And while this one is active, I can't play events. So let's go with this one because I have events that I want to play. And while I have a dwarf that I can exhaust, I'll use this one. Ancestral Knowledge. So exhaust a dwarf character to place 2 progress tokens on the active location. So 2 go on here, and that has a 5 on it. And that would be that. If you do join me, give a shout out. If not, I am live here for people watching back. You can put a comment down below and tell me if you want to see more Lord of the Rings or it's not something you're interested in anymore. I'm having fun with it, and it plays very differently from Marvel Champions. Although I used to think that I liked this one more than Marvel Champions, just hadn't played in a while, but now that I've played a couple games, I definitely like Marvel Champions better. I like the quick brawl, figure it out, change. I also know like every card in Marvel Champions, and here I don't, so that would probably help, but there's so many cards, which is where Champions will get eventually. Need more organization. All right, so that will end that. I'll increase my threat to 30 and start the next phase. Draw a card. Glamwine will let me draw more cards and quests, so that will be good. So I think that will be my play. So I'm going to put Gleowine down for 2. So now I do want to surpass. I want to beat that. So I think I'll exhaust everybody to quest. Keep Bomber over here. Well, it's easier to keep the heroes together. And I will be able to play this Boffer next turn if I get one more resource. So that will be good. So I'm going to... sorry, I'm not going to quest with him because he's 0. Um, So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I'm questing for. This is a 2 plus draw. And this one says each location in the staging area gets +1 threat until the end of the phase. Then each player with 35 or threat higher discards 1 card from hand. So I do not have that. This increases by 1, so it becomes a 3, which means I only get 2 over because I was 5. So I didn't quite complete this one. I don't have a way to do any of that. So that will pretty much end the turn because I can't travel. There's no combat. This particular adventure doesn't have a lot of combat. So that's what's kind of unique in this game is that you have to play the adventure and then realize this is what's going on and then kind of play to that. So I will increase my threat, draw a card, and add resources. Hopefully I can get things out. All right, I drew this Erebor Record Keeper. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this one, look at the top card of the encounter deck, and then I can pay a resource to put it back in my hand. So this is going to be, ooh, that's going to be a 4. So that's going to be a lot to try to quest past. Wow. And what's that one going to have me do? While it's active, non-Rohan characters cost 2 additional matching resources to play. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to put Boffer out for 3 and exhaust him to search the top 5 cards of my deck for a weapon attachment, add it to my hand. I'm not going to do that. Am I paying the 1 to put this back in my hand? Yes, because I want to be able to look at those as often as I can. And then I'm not probably going to be able to do this. So I have 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can, and I can get past that one. So I guess I will do it. So I will save this. I will quest. For 7, I know this card comes out. So that's 2 plus 4 is 6. 1 is 7. So I defeat this one, and this one goes to the victory display. So I'm just going to tuck it back here. I have 5 victory. That one's another 3. That one's another 5. So I just got to keep questing, and I'll get past these. So I can pick one of these 2 to travel to. So I'm going to pick Amon Hen, because then what I'm going to do is take an action, and I'm going to play the Evening Star. And the Evening Star says place 2 progress on any location, resolve that effect again for each one in my discard pile. So I want to get that one out. So I'm going to place 2, did it say the active? Any location. So I'm going to place 2 on this, And that will complete this one because it only has a 2 for its, and that will put that here. Hey, look at that. All right, end of the turn, increase my threat. Ready everybody up. This is going really well. And now I draw 2 cards because I have 5 dwarves in play. Bomber counts as 2 dwarves. And add a resource to everybody. All right, so I drew Legacy of Durin, and I drew a fighter. I don't really need the fighter. The Legacy of Durin lets me draw cards as I play dwarves. So let's see. I'll put this Erebor Record Keeper in play, who lets me draw another card, or ready, spend a resource to ready a dwarf. So they really play off of those, archetypes or whatever, those keywords there. So I'll spend one here. And then, do I want to look at the next card? It never hurts. Not a lot else I need to do. So I will play this, look at the next card. So I know it's going to be this enemy who will not attack me, who has 3, 6 health, doomed 2. So when they come out, it's going to add 2 threat. Orc Horse Thieves get +1 for each location in the staging area. All right, so if I could block him and do a bunch of damage, there's not a lot I need to do for questing. Just 3. Block with Bomber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Would almost defeat him. I also have a Heavy Stroke. After you deal damage, deal additional damage to that enemy. So yeah, I think I'll just be able to take him out. So I have to figure out combat. I wonder how that works when I combine attacking. Clear defenders, attacking enemies, clear attackers. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure, but we'll play it here. So I'll pull that one back because this card seems useful to be able to keep knowing what's on top of the deck. So we will quest for 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna try to make these 2 take him out. Is that gonna work? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not gonna be enough, is it? I could just take the damage from him. Maybe that's what I'll do. Okay. Take the damage and I hit him with all these. Okay, I got it. So I'm gonna quest for 4. This is gonna come out. That's a 3. So I put 1 on here. Oh, I can't play events. Oh darn it. Well, that plan didn't go well. All right. Well, I guess I know everything, so I could reset that. Just block him for a turn, huh? So we'll do this instead. So we'll quest for 2 more. Then he's going to come into play. And he's going to attack. And actually, I'm just going to let him attack. And its attacking gets +1/+3 if it's undefended. So he attacks for 4. Oh, yikes. That wasn't good. All right, so we'll put 4 on Bomber. Well, I was hoping it would be maybe +1 because Gimli's +1 strength for every damage on him. And then we'll attack him for 3. He has 2 armor there. It's only 1. Oh, I did some bad planning. Oh well, getting used to everything. All right, ready up. Oh, he came in. He is doomed 2. I'll go up 1 more. Draw 2 cards. Gain 3 resources. No events, huh? Oof. It's gonna be troublesome. All right, so now I've got Dory. If I want to put Dory out, don't have enough resources. All right, I'll play 2 to put this ally out, and this ally just has 2 strength and can block, so we'll just try to use a blocker here. All right, and then I'm gonna play that card again. I think so. Seems to be good. Remove 1 progress token from each location in play, then discard the top card of each deck for each progress token removed. So we're gonna remove 1 here, but it's gonna be 0. So we only need 3. So we'll do 1 with him. 2, 2, 3. We'll use these 2. All right, and we'll pay 1 to put that back in our hand because we can keep predicting what's happening, which is nice. All right, so we will quest for 3. 3 is good. We put 1 here. We discard a self-preservation, which is a heal, which would be good on Bomber. So then next we will put 3 on this. This will be completed. So we're at 13. So we're getting there. Then we can travel, but there's nowhere to travel to. Let's take this off of here. So since we can't travel, we go to encounter phase. So we need to block this. So we're going to block with Bomber. He's a 1. If he adds 1, we'll still be okay. I guess we'll just go for it, huh? All right. And it's going to do nothing. So he attacks for 1. Bomber's fine. And then we'll attack him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. -2 is 5, and he is dead. Then we'll take an action here to draw a card. And we will ready up, increase our threat. So now we're just hunting for those locations that we can go to. And there are ways to do that. There's cards to let us search through here and other things. I don't know if I have as much of that in my deck, so you are a little bit at the whim of those. But I've got cards ready for when things come out too here. So that's kind of nice. All right, discard top 2 cards of your deck. You may attach 1 attachment card discarded this way. All right, so I've got an axe and my axe. I will put that on Gimli. He gets +2 attack. It's restricted, so you can only have 2 restricted items. That's the way that one will work. All right, then we've got 3 resources. So we'll put Dory out. Just down here. Make it look a little more even, so we'll put him here. So that's going to cost 3. Oh, we won't be able to get our card back. Maybe we'll just go for it. It's going to be the turn where we shouldn't have gone for it, though, right? So we will quest 1, 2, 3, 4. Can protect heroes with him. 5. So let's quest for 5, because we don't need to be too much. Put a 2 out. It's a location with 2 victory. While the odd is the actual location, each location gets +1 shadow. So -2, we were 5. So that's 3 on the main quest. Only needs 1 to be completed, but we can't win unless we have 20 and something here. Then we'll travel here. And we will play Ancestral. Ooh, we don't have a resource to play Ancestral Knowledge, huh? We will not play Ancestral Knowledge. We will exhaust Gleowine to draw another card. We got cards galore. Oh, sorry, we drew Evening Star. So this one will let us put 4 progress, 2 and then 2. So if we draw more locations. And then we're saving Dory because he can exhaust to take damage instead of a hero. So that's what I'm in there. Draw 2 more cards. Hasty Stroke. This one lets me deal damage to a character after a dwarf deals damage. And Self-Preservation to heal, which we may want to get on Bomber soon. All right. So there is that. Increase our threat to 37. Remember, if this gets to 50, we lose. So that's a rather troublesome spot here. All right. Do we want to get rid of that one, or is it not a big deal? I guess we should start with looking at the top card. Each player raises his threat by 1 for each character he controls that is not currently committed to a quest. Ah, alright, so we'll commit everybody. We'll pay 1. Everyone is committed to the quest. We draw this, so nothing happens there. This will be completed to go to 15, and we will put a ton on there. So we needed 2 on that one, so then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is going to go to 10, just in case there's something that removes. Because we have one, which is our threshold, but we don't have the other conditions. Oh, I forgot the forced. Surge. Okay, I'm doing that wrong. That's my bad. Knew that this wasn't there. So that'll be 2 less. All right, we got to be careful of that. So I think there was 1, maybe 2 rounds where we didn't do that. All right, so we'll go here. Travel here. That's another 2 victory points. And everyone's exhausted, so I can't play this yet. So we will increase our threat ready up. Add resources. And draw 2 cards. Record Keeper and Hasty Stroke, so we can deal tons of damage. We'll put a Record Keeper down. We will continue to look at the top card of the deck. One exhaust to get rid of that one. Rumor from the Earth. So each enemy in each location, if not, then surge. So that's going to surge. We'll pay our 1 to put this back in our hand. All right, so that's going to surge. First card gains surge. So just have double surge. I don't know if that would happen twice. I guess not. Already has surge. So we will commit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the quest. This one will come out. Surge. This one will come out. Currently in the series. So these ones come out. They're a 1. They have surge. And then we put a location there. That's going to be 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we put 3 on this. So this is completed. So that gives us 17. That one's a 2. So we can only get to 19. Darn it. So travel phase will travel here. I have to discard an event card from my hand. So I will discard Heavy Stroke, I guess. Then this enemy will attack me. After it's defeated, shuffle it back into the encounter deck. So it has 1 attack. We'll block with Bomber. And it's going to be +1, so it's a 2. So that will block. And then, oh, sorry, 35 or higher, so it's a 3. So we'll exhaust Dory to take the 1 damage instead. That's what we have him there for. And then we will attack him with Gimli, and he's quite dead and gets shuffled back in. All right, we'll use 1 resource to play Ancestral Knowledge to complete this one, which gives us 2 more victories, so we're at 19. So all we need to do is find 1 more location. We'll exhaust here to draw a card. It's another Dory, which I think you can have more than 1 copy in your deck. It's just a matter of keeping them out. I know champions, you can only have 1 in your deck. A couple little rules I need to look up for deck building and a couple things I might be missing, like hand size. Generally doing well. Okay, increase to 39. Draw 2 cards. Gain resources. So we've got secret paths. So a location doesn't contribute. We'll put out this Erebor Battle Master. He's +1 attack for each other dwarf character you control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yikes, no limit on that. So that's going to be intense. Move this over so you can see. Step into the portal there. And where are we going from here? So we'll play our Rumors of the Earth. This card is very powerful in solo. So we're going to see this enemy when revealed. Choose 1 character, commit to the quest, deal 2 damage to that character. Okay, so maybe we'll do that with Gimli. Oh, we can do that with Boffer here. So we'll do that, and then there'll be a surge. This is going to be a 2. We really just need another thing, so it's not a big deal. All right. We'll pay 1 to get our Rumors of the Earth back. So we will put Boffer in on the quest. We'll put these Erebor ones, and we'll put Ori. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 plus, deal 2 damage to each character committed to this quest. Oh, so brutal. So brutal. Alright, nothing to cancel that with, so Ori is dead. Buffer is dead. These ones are dead. Wow. Cards are rough. Rock slide. Whew. Alright, then we're getting attacked. Oh, sorry. So they're all dead, so I'm 2 under. So that means I have to add 2, so my threat goes to 41, because I didn't have enough once they died. Alright, so then this enemy is going to jump here, has 2 attack. Just do that same thing and block here with Bomber. It's going to be after sending attacks, return attack enemy to the staging area, so it can't be attacked again. So I block and I can't kill it. Draw a card, and I don't get to draw my additional cards now. Increase my threat by 1. Ooh, that hurt. Draw another card here. Gain. Alright. Oh, he doesn't get one. Down a resource now, too, huh? Man. Tough days. Alright. Gonna use our Rumor of the Earth? I don't think so, because if a quest comes out, we do that. So we're just gonna have to hold. We're in a holding pattern. So what are we gonna do now? We don't know who to exhaust. So Gimli for 2. Glaiwine makes 3, and I think I've got to save there. Oh, could have used Dory to take the damage that Ori was gonna take, right? So that would have worked. And then I would still get to draw my additional card and get my resource. So then I can add this one. After you play him, take an attachment to my hand. Alright. Right, any damage. Take. Okay. So we'll commit 2, 4, 5, 6. And there's that. Force response. If there are no locations stated, the first treachery card revealed during the quest phase gains surge. So that one would. Oh man, look at that. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to add 1 threat. And then I can travel. Can't draw cards after traveling here. Move the top card of the discard pile to the staging area. Resolve when revealed. Okay. So I will. Man, I will travel to this one. I can't draw cards. I've got so many cards. And this enemy will then come out and attack me. I will block with this one here. Does nothing. So he attacks for 2. I have 1, so I take 1 damage, and then this will swing and kill him. And then, oh, why would I travel to that one? This is the one I want to travel to. And then I don't have any resources to play these cards. Alright, so we add 1. Oh, when I go here, I add. Oh, gotcha. That would have been his attack card. Okay. So his attack would have said, return him to the staging area. So he doesn't get killed. That might have been what I was thinking. Alright. Where's my evening star? I know I had another one. There it is. Alright, we will ready up. This is why I'm not worrying about it too much. Is we'll ready everything up. We'll add a shadow. We will draw 2 cards because that's not active. Ooh, we did draw Gandalf. Add resources. So one thing I could do with Gandalf, I'm not going to end up playing him, but he lets me lower my threat, so that can be good for continuing the game on when you need to. But I'm going to play this Evening Star action, and I place 2 progress on any location, and then for each one in my discard pile, and there's another one, I can place 2 more. I will add those 2, which immediately completes this one and gives me 22 victory points, and this stage is completed, and I win the game. So there you go. You can see the dwarves working a little bit better in terms of all that. Bomber I was using to block and be able to do the card draw. At the end of the day, too many cards. So again, I keep trying to see if there's that hand limit, but I don't see anything that tells you to discard cards or anything of that nature. Come up here. But really fun game. The solo is a little bit wonky. That's why I said I think I like two-handed better. Solo's cool, and you could see that Rumors of the Earth. I could just keep recurring that card and knowing exactly what's going to happen. So I could kind of predict, which is a neat element of solo that you can't do in other because you can't look at the top card of the deck. But it also could just be kind of silly in terms of that if that's the way you want to win the game or whatever. All right. Exhaust the card. Each player increases its threat by 1. Da, 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 da. Card effects, actions. Yeah, I'm just trying to look up hand size. That's the one thing that I feel like I was doing wrong, but I just can't remember. Draws 1 card. When player starts to draw 1 or more cards, if no cards remain in his deck, he does not draw. Yeah, I looked this up last time, so doesn't say anything about a hand size unless it's somewhere else in the book. But there's that. So yeah, there's tons of quests. So I think what I'll do is I'll try to do the Kaza Doom one. I'll try to build 2 decks and do like 2 players side by side, so you can see how 2 cards play off of each other. And I've got some different sleeves I could do that. I'll have to bring my shot out a little bit. I can't be so tight because I'll need more of it, but more like I do for Marvel Champions when you can see more of the things. Um, in terms of all that. But yeah, it's a really fun game, and this game's still going on, so it's really neat. And what's fun is really playing to those in terms of all this. I know, Arkham Horror has the real story element where you make decisions and you don't really win or lose, you just keep going. Because lose means just bad things are happening, and that's just kind of the nature of Cthulhu. um, and then this one really focuses on that like quest, and you got to keep questing every turn and moving along, but enemies come out and they're pretty strong. You could take some of them down. Some of those cards are a little weird, like that Erebor one that comes in and has so much strength. It's a little ridiculous in terms of that, but 3 cost and attack in a non-tactics deck is kind of tricky, and other ones would be tougher. So there's tons and tons of heroes. Do I have my heroes in front of me here? Yeah, there's tons of heroes for this game, so I'll have to build more. Apparently, I must have had a deck with Prince Imrahil, and with Legolas. Looks like I do have a promo Legolas here. So Legolas has that keyword. He has 3 attack. Response after he participates in an attack that destroys an enemy, place 2 progress on the current quest. So he's got that add progress so you can keep moving while attacking. And he's 3 attack and range, so he can attack in characters in other players' zones. So Sentinel lets you block in other players' zones. So I'll try to show that off. And I've got Boromir here, raises threat by 1 to ready Boromir. So just any time you can increase your threat and use him again, use him again, use him again, which is nice. And I can discard him to deal 2 damage to each enemy engaged with a single player, so he can sacrifice himself. Works out really well. And then I've got a bunch more heroes here in terms of that. A couple of them doubled up, I think, because they come in the core box, and I have 2 or 3 core boxes at this point. So there's that. Awesome. That is a playthrough of Lord of the Rings, the card game. I'm gonna keep going with this because I'm having fun with it. So we'll see what other people think. So yeah, like and subscribe. Comment down below. Is this something you're interested in? Is there a cycle that you want me to try and play? I don't think I want to do the campaign. It's a lot. I feel like I need another person committed with me to track everything. That was the one part of that campaign, the saga campaign, going through all Fellowship of the Ring. It would be a lot for me to play solo. I'd be a little overwhelmed. But if I could find another person who's going to play with me, I think then that might be really fun. So they could kind of help me in terms of that, because you shuffle cards in, you really have to just keep going with it and tracking, and they're hard. I remember that first one's hard. You're running from all the Nazgul on their horses. So tricky. All right, that's it for me here. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you soon later this week. Have some more playthroughs and things. Probably some from the home studio, but some from the actual store studios. We'll get back there as the weather's clearing up. So it's bright and sunny today. Awesome. Thanks everybody. I'm the Brant, and until next time, I hope you step into the portal.